What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video I am presenting to you guys a guide on Heide 12 floor dungeon. Yes, to farm really amazing gears that are pretty much amazing, I mean like very useful for the end game contents. Okay, these are the gears that will really define like how you are actually gonna perform in the mid and the end game contents. These gears are just too awesome. Wind gear, chain gear, especially petrify gears and havoc gears. Okay, these are the four gears that really will actually shape how your battle is actually gonna go in the later content of this game. Okay, so that's the thing, provided I'm actually going to discuss like what are the servants that are going to be really amazing, okay, that you can put or that you can pick, select, so that like they can have the higher performance rating. And obviously like I'm going to show you my builds, my gear build and stuff like that, and many other stuff. Okay, and before starting this video guys, please do subscribe to my channel and please do consider donating as well. All right, and now let's get this started guys. So Omen Void 12 floor, what do we actually say about this thing? Okay, it's pretty much actually a bit easier and faster compared to the other Heide's Void. You know why? Because like Heide will actually go into a sort of like a invincibility period where his HP won't be depleted at all. He goes into a shield period, and usually normally other Heide actually go into the shield period for 2 turns in a battle. Okay, and that actually extends your battle duration and it becomes to start to become like really irritating. Okay, but in 12 floor he only goes into that shield mode only for 1 time, and that makes the battle right over here pretty feasible, pretty fast, pretty efficient, and you can actually get a lot of amazing gears that you can keep or you can sell for really amazing amount of money. Okay, I've been really making millions of money, millions of gold in this gear dungeon. That's for one fact. And now let's move into like what sort of units or servants that you should be really bringing into the Omen Void 12 floor. First thing guys, melee DPS 7 or range DPS 7, whatever it is, anyone is gonna be fine except for the ignore defense type DPS 7. Like let's say, should I be presenting to you guys a Water Charlotte? I would say hell no. Okay, you know why? Because when this guy will go into that invincibility period, okay, what's gonna happen is that like he is not gonna take any other damage except the critical rate damage, critical damages. Okay, and guess what guys, ignore defense type DPS 7 really cannot create with their ignore defense type of attacks. Yes, you heard me right. Ignore defense type DPS, you know, like damage is sort of like a pure damage. It just ignores the defense and that's all there is to it. It just cannot crit. Okay, unlike in Summoner's War, you can actually crit with the ignore defense type DPS 7. Okay, so that is pretty good right out there, but in here you cannot crit. So if there's no crit hit, there will be no damage when he is in the shield period, and that will actually be a really big problem. Okay, so ignore defense type DPS 7, not really a good choice. Okay, and rest of the all, anyone can be really good pick guys, as long as you give them really proper build, really good gears. Okay, if you can just give it to them, then they are actually going to perform really nicely. Okay, it's just that like I love the defense type DPS 7s. You know why? Because they really have a lot of defense with them. If you really can build up with a lot of defense with them, obviously they are actually going to deal more damage output, and also at the same time they have more endurance. Okay, so even if they have to battle alone against this monster, what's going to happen? He is actually going to keep on raging on and he will be beating him in the end. In the end, you are actually going to get rewarded. That's the thing right out there, and that's what you need, right? So defense type DPS 7s are the best choice that I can actually offer to you guys. Okay, and the next thing is that like unlike the Omen guys, this guy right over here really doesn't have that amazing humongous amount of health. Okay, you can really get over with that pretty fast. Okay, and it really doesn't require a lot of like, you know, build and stuff like that. The main thing that you really need to focus is on your tanks. Okay, try to give them a lot of defense. Your tank is your main guard. Okay, and your DPS 7 can really bring it down pretty fast. It's not really that scary. That's what I want to say to you guys. It's not really that scary. Okay, as long as you have a lot of defense on your team, you are actually gonna be pretty good. So as I said, any type of DPS 7 except for the Ignore defense type DPS 7s are gonna be a wonderful units that you can bring in order to defeat this monster. Okay, starting with the defense type DPS 7, I have my first ArchAngel at T5A5 level 70 right out here. These are his stats. You can actually just pause the video in order to, you know, have a good glimpse on my gears if you want. No problem at all. Okay, you are all welcome. Okay, so like right out there, I'm just really trying to improve its stats as much as possible, and potential is just like this one. Okay, I mean, like, oh right, oh sorry about that, you know. Well, I mean, like, my potential is pretty much random. Okay, I'm it's not really that amazing. Okay, I am not really that expert in the potential. I really need to learn a lot more. Okay, and now when you are actually gonna be you know, like, trying to think about a tank, try to get a tank that will help your team. Okay, maybe by through relational effect, or maybe by through team pass effect, just like this one. Like, what Forest Lucretia will provide a 52% defense boost to all forest allies in all regions. That is pretty damn insane. Okay, and this is actually going to provide a really huge boost to my first ArchAngel. Can you see? Okay, try to really exploit the mechanics of the game on your side. Okay, and then you will have a really great advantage when you are battling against the opponent. Okay, so that's the thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, just try to do that, or at least your tank 7 should have a very high amount of defense. Okay, try to give a lot of defense on that one. I am pretty much sorry about my Forest Lucretia. I have not been able to really provide her with really amazing gear sets and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, this has been actually one of my really greatest mistake, that I have been really ignoring my tanks. Okay, so anyways, the next one is the Water Sphinx. Okay, I have really put her for the sole purpose of providing a faster combo skill gauge boost to the DPS class 7. Okay, so with the Water Sphinx being around, what's gonna happen? My Forest ArchAngel will have a very fast recharge of the combo skill. That means he will be able to use it pretty frequently. And guess what? Another thing that you have to keep in mind is that, like, try to look out for the secondary skill. If the secondary mark, is it the same with the primary mark of my DPS class? Okay, and it is actually. So what's gonna happen is that, like, even if my Water Sphinx is the one to actually trigger her combo, it has a very high chance that the combo will actually occur, so that my first ArchAngel will also be the one to spam his ultimate skill. Now that is pretty good. Okay, that's what also you need to keep in mind, meaning, like, the combo skill of your support 7 should be in such a way, in such a fashion, that it will complement, okay, or it will just chain with the combo skill of the first ArchAngel, so that you got like one free amazing combo skill just like that. Okay, so that's pretty great. And the next thing is that, like, ArchAngel also gets a good relation effect from the Water Sphinx, getting a 100% increase in the defense, providing a lot more durability and plus the damage. Okay, so keep that in mind. That is how you are supposed to really make it. And now let's move on to our Water Reynar. You might be asking, like, why is the first Starnet unit right over there? I mean, like, why is she over there? She is right over here because of her passive skill. Notice that she is in the 4th awakening state. Okay, so if she is in the 4th awakening, then obviously her relation effect will be active. It says increased damage dealt to the dungeon boss healed for all allies by 40%. Like, what the hell? Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so you can see right over here, I have not even given any gears to her, because, like, I mean, like, all she needs to be is there in the battle. Even if she dies during the battle, it doesn't matter at all, because the relation effect is gonna be in place. Okay, even if your units die, it's not gonna be a big problem, not gonna be a big hassle. Okay, so try to be just like this one, and then you will have a pretty amazing time in beating up your opponents, trying to have a really good team passive. Okay, and making sure that there is a very good relation effect, and making sure that there is a very good support 7 that will complement your DPS 7 in terms of skill gauge, or let's say combo skill gauge boosting. The most finest being the light ignis, okay? Because like not only combo skills, he actually boost up the skill gauge of like any skills out there. That is pretty fantastic, okay? And the next one right over here is the damage multiplier or damage booster, okay, for the heat dungeon. Okay, so that's the thing right out here. This is how you are supposed to weave your team, you know, like plan your team, so that like you can have a really higher chance of beating this opponent, even though like he's not really that as scary as the Omen. And this is where you are supposed to really farm a lot of time, because like even if you are talking about the late game players, they really love the heat dungeon than compared to the Omen dungeon. Why? Because in Omen dungeon usually people only go for like beast gears and that's all there is to it, whereas in the heat dungeon there are so many gears that are going to be so important, freaking OP gears, guys. Wind gears, okay, that's going to be really amazing gear. That is the chain gear, that is going to be very important, not only for your sports servants but even your healer servants, okay? Whereas there is petrify gears. Petrify gears are a must-have gear for your tanks, okay? That makes your tank a really efficient one. Whereas finally when it comes to the havoc gear, guys, obviously the havoc gear is supposed to be like, it's an all-rounder stuff, okay? Except for the ignore defense type DPS 7, havoc gear can be placed on any 7 right out there, guys, okay? So it actually makes your team really great, okay? So right out there you can see that like I had a very easy time in beating him. Obviously it's 40 seconds. If you are actually going to talk about the Omen, we can actually beat him within like 15-second mark, okay, with a very good build that I have already released, the Omen 12 floor dungeon guide just yesterday, I guess. Alright, so you can check out there as well. The thing right out here is it took actually 40 seconds. You know why? Because like he goes into that recessive state, okay, where he actually don't take any sort of damage, okay? So let me do the battle once more and I will try to actually tell you like what sort of mechanic is actually playing out there, okay? So right over here, whenever his HP, the heat, okay, the opponent, whenever his HP goes like about 50%, when it touches 50%, he will not take any more damage. Now he will go into a shield mode, okay? Now you can see right out there, the damage will not surpass more than 50% of his max HP. Did you see that? And now he goes into a shield mode where he is invincible. Can you see right out there? And this invincible buff cannot be broken, okay? Now you really have to get out over that one. But the best news, or but the good news, is that like it's very weak. It's really weak, guys. It's really weak, and he can actually he cannot sustain a lot of damage, okay? I mean, like, he will get out of that very instantly, and the remaining 50% of the HP, now we have to get over that one. Now we have to beat him to the death, okay? And it is pretty easy, guys. Just right out there, just look at that, how the damage he's actually taking, even from the normal damages, guys. Yes, do you see that? Just even through the normal damages, like my servants really did not need to use like high damage, you know, like dealing skills, like let's say first skill, second skill. Like he's really weak compared to Omen 12 floor, guys. I mean, like Omen 12 floor, damn, oh damn, he has a lot of HP, he has a lot of defense, he has a lot of attack, okay? And then like he can make a you know, like spam out of your support servants really fast, whereas this guy cannot do anything. It's pretty much, you know, like how to say, like how to say this, effectiveness, alright, or something like that, alright, right out there. That's the thing right out there. I can even use my like attack based DPS 7 like Water Lenore, that could also be really fine. Okay, like this one, I just, okay, right out there. So what can I do? Alright, so right out there, let me just place a Anko, okay? Anko. Sorry about that. Where would be my water Anko be? I can actually put my dark Anko, but it might not be really fair for you guys, so I'll just use this Anko, okay? So I'm getting a damage boost from here. I'm actually gonna get, you know, like passive this relation effect boost, because Water Anchor will provide a 100% increase in attack for this Water Lenore, so that is pretty great. These are the setups that I've actually given to my Water Lenore. If you really have time, you can actually check them on out one by one. Okay, just look at that, guys. Just look at that, okay? If you don't want to see into my potential, you can see right out there like 4 feet awakened potentials are pretty much like I'm not really built her up on my potentials. Okay, so you can see right up there. Okay, next thing is that growth score is pretty much okay, decent, and you can see her stats right out here. And now let's use this woman. Okay, let's see how she is actually gonna work out. Okay, so obviously I will be needing a really good team passive. I mean, like, wow, my team passive. Okay, that's the thing that I really need to work out, guys. So I won't be using him because I really need a good team passive. Like, sorry about that, guys, because hey, you really need to have a really good team passive. So I mean, like, I have to really be you know, like, I have a more budgeting with my team, right? And provided that like her CP is pretty low, because like she only like provides a really good buff for the you know, like, what do you say this the team of the ArchAngel. So right now this is gonna be my team, because like he has higher like defense, he has like more better gears and stuff like that. So now let's get into the battle. Okay, so let's see how it's gonna be turning out. Let's see right out here, guys. So you can actually go with anyone, provided that like you actually do provide a lot of defense. Right over here, now what's gonna be the problem? Okay, the problem compared to my Forest ArchAngel is that like my Water Lenore right over here is attack based DPS 7, meaning like she doesn't have a higher amount of like defense that will actually be helpful in protecting her, providing her some of like, you know, like a very higher vitality and stuff like that. Okay, so that's the thing right now. That's so you have to be a little bit more careful on this one, meaning like in this case of scenario, guys, your tank really does define your battle. Okay, in this case, guys, your tank really plays a very crucial role. He really is not supposed to go down. He really is not supposed to be defeated. Okay, so that's the thing right out there, guys, and that can actually be a very big problem. Okay, right out here, because like obviously in the team passive you would really want to focus on that kind of team passive where you can actually you know, like improve the attack damage output of your DPS 7, right? So that's the case. See right out there, that's what I was talking about. Oh my god, crap. Okay, so my Dark Smell didn't have really that enough amount of defense, so that's pretty sad. Oh my god, that is pretty sad. Holy crap. I'm so sorry about that one. That was such a failure. Oh my god. Ah man, so that's what I was actually talking to you guys, meaning like for attack based DPS 7, speed based DPS 7, enemies max HP based DPS 7, like, you know, this Forest Sinistra right out here, they always have a risk with them. I mean, like, if somehow your opponents goes through your tank, they are gonna be the next victim within a matter of seconds. Okay, just one hit and they are gonna be out of the map without any problem. Okay, that's the problem right out there. But defense based DPS 7 like Forest ArchAngel, he is actually gonna be the best thing, or the best pick that you can actually get right out there. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. So this is pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. Please let me know in the comment section below if I missed out any content, if I missed out explaining any of this stuff like right out there. Please let me know in the comment section below, guys, and see you guys in the next video.